everyone, I'm Becca. Thank you for tuning in. Today I finally get to work on one of my own projects. I'm super excited about it. So I've got my guest unit here behind me and I'm going to be working on the guest unit bathroom. It is a real funky one, but I'm going to make it better. So watch how I do this. Come on in with me. Let's go. Are you ready?
Okay everyone, so I'm in the bathroom. As you can see, this is a very small space. It's about a 5x8. And I've tossed around a couple of ideas of what I was gonna do in this space, and I think I finally figured out what I'm gonna do. So in order to get this bathroom up and running, I have painted the walls in snowbound white. I've also painted the trim here that you can see in an iron ore, which is by Sherwin-Williams. And then I've done the floor, which I'll show you in a minute, of those same colors that are up here. I have found a tile at Home Depot that's very pretty that ties in with this whole theme. And so because this is such a small space, I'm going to make it light, bright, and still incorporate my sense of style, which is modern and an antique-ish vibe. So that's what I'm going for in this space. So I am going to make this back wall where I'm gonna put the vanity and toilet, and I'm gonna make this my focal point of this bathroom. And I tossed around if I was gonna use wallpaper or if I was gonna do stenciling. And so I think I'm gonna be crazy and I think I'm gonna do stenciling today because I could not find any wallpaper that just kind of fit the vibe that I was going with. So I picked up a large stencil, which I'll show you in a moment. I'm gonna see what I can do as transforming this space with the stencil.
Okay, so here's the tile that I found at Home Depot. It comes in these very large size tiles, which is perfect because this bathroom, like I said, was so tiny. So as you can see, I've got like that gray dark colored, which is almost like a charcoal color. I've got the white. And so I've also got this caramel color that I'm going to use as my accent to kind of tie in this entire bathroom. And so here is that stencil. This is the sound wave stencil, which is going to be very, very cool and modern, and I can't wait to get this up on the wall. So as you can see, this is that bathroom, super tiny, and then this weird, awkward bump out shower, which I find useless, but unfortunately I cannot redo this. But I'm definitely gonna have to change this and make it look prettier because this just won't do, it's disgusting. So let's get started. Okay, so I have put the stencil up on the wall and I have marked the center point here on the wall. And I've also marked the center point on my stencil. So that way, because this is lines, I want the lines to always line up and not look like they're all over the wall. So that's my method. And let's hope that this works. I am no stenciling expert. I should have probably went with wallpaper. It would have been a hell of a lot faster and took all the guesswork out, but I like to challenge myself. So I'm gonna do this and hopefully it works. And if not, then I guess you're gonna stay tuned for another episode of what I can do next. Anyways, I am gonna start with the Cathedral Taupe by Fusion Mineral Paints. And I am gonna take my stencil brush and I'm gonna use the cap. And the method here that I wanna do is what's called a wet dry brush. And what that means is that the brush is wet enough to cover the area that I needed to paint, but dry enough where it doesn't just seep underneath the stencil. So let's get to it. And as you can see, I've got my little dabbing pad already up on the wall. Because the whole point of stenciling is to dip in the paint, dab off, and then dip on the wall. probably help if I were taller. But I'm just gonna do a stippling effect, which is hitting the wall like so. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. Let's see if this actually worked. So I'm gonna take it off. I'm nervous, I hope it did. Well, not bad. There's some areas where I have to do some touch up, but I think I can manage that. All right, let's keep going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my stencil and I'm gonna take my Crocodile Gorilla wipes. These are the best. You can get these at Home Depot. And I'm gonna wipe down my stencil so that I can move forward. So I've taken my stencil off the wall. And what I like to do is I like to wipe the back of the stencil rather than the front, because the back is where all those little like stiff pieces of dry paint get stuck. And so I like to make this area clean, wipe it down. That way when I stick this back up on the wall, I'm not having any paint stuck to where my lines are not crisp. So like for example, this is what I'm talking about. See? And I'm just gonna clean that up and get rid of it. Yay! That one I don't have to screw with, only the top one. Means I'm getting better. I love it! Okay, so this is what I have so far. Pretty cool, huh? There's some areas right there where I have to do touch up, but other than that, not bad. Now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna cut the stencil and do the top ledge and then do the sides and then do the bottom. So, almost there. Okay, so I managed to cut my stencil down to pieces where I feel like it will fit the corners and the top of that ledge. So as you can see here, I just have kind of separated the two and then split this second one that looked like this in half, as you can see. All right, so now I'm gonna show you the bathroom. All right, so I have done the sides and the top, and not bad for my first time stenciling, I gotta say. But it was hard and challenging, especially on the sides and on the top, because the wall is textured. So getting into those tiny areas made it a little challenging. And yes, I know I have a giant gap there, but it doesn't matter because the vanity's going there. So what do you guys think? I think it looks lovely. Stay tuned for the rest of this bathroom remodel.